Disclaimer: if you have any concerns in performing any of the yogasanas and kriyas listed in this DVD, please consult your physician. Persons with heart or lung conditions are specifically advised to avoid the skipping, jogging, or other difficult or exhausting exercises or the asanas. Author takes no responsibility of any kind if you fail to experience yogic benefits outlined in this DVD or suffer any other negative results, some of which could also be due to faulty understanding or practice. Preparatory guidelines. Practice yoga every day. Set aside a regular time in the morning when you will not be disturbed or rushed. It is best to practice yoga on an empty stomach. Women should avoid yogasanas, and more specifically inverted poses like the plow, shoulder stand, headstand during menstruation. Consult your gynecologist about suitability of specific yogasanas throughout your pregnancy or if you have any other specific concerns. What you wear must be comfortable and allow free movement of body parts. Bare feet are ideal. Take a bath before starting yogasanas. Cold water bath is a kind of therapy as it gives a kind of shock and shivering to the body that increases blood circulation and consequently body flexibility. Practice at room temperatures from 25 to 30 degrees Celsius to ensure profuse sweating. Avoid air-conditioned rooms for practicing yogasanas.
So now when we go to the next routine, which will be the yoga asanas, we will try to see these different parts of our body, different senses of our body working with it, because all these yoga practices, they are meant to get a complete understanding of our body and its functioning. Now, there is a more fundamental question, more basic question. What is our body? How does it get manufactured? So, you may be guessing maybe some flesh, some bones, but where do they come from? And many people answer, okay, we have the 5 elements, that is the space, air, water, fire, and earth. These 5 elements make our body. But the question is, how are these 5 elements coming in our body? So the answer is very simple. It's the food, the water, and the air. These are the 3 basic physical items which we are intaking. We eat the food, we drink the water, and of course we are breathing the air. So our body, right from the time the fetus is conceived in the womb of the mother, from that time onwards, this fetus is growing on these 3 elements, that is food, water, and air. And once the child is born, of course, we know that initially the child feeds on the mother's milk, and then slowly it starts eating food. So primarily our body is made of food. So if we want good health for the body, we just need to ensure that the food is of good quality. It's fresh vegetables, fruits, and so on. If you are just eating fast food, then your body will also be fast. It won't be that solid. So therefore it is very essential. If you want good health, if you want to ensure that you are in good shape, then eat fresh vegetables, fresh food, freshly cooked. That is also important. Stale food has a lot of its nutrients gone. This is one. The second important part to know is how to eat and how much to eat. How to eat, of course, is that when you are eating, you have to be concentrating only on eating. Because if you are watching your television while you are eating, so your mind is busy with watching the television, whereas your primary activity is eating and there is no mind with the eating, so therefore your digestive system doesn't get switched on. And so the digestive juices which are secreted in the body, in the stomach, in the food pipe, which help in the digestion of the food, that gets affected. So therefore, when we are eating, our mind should be totally in the eating process. That's why it's a good practice not to talk while eating, or not to even watch any serious things. Your full attention has to be on eating, so that right from your mouth the saliva is sufficient, and then the rest of the secretions are able to digest the food. The digestion, what is digestion? In the digestion process, the nutrients from the food are taken out and they are then processed in the secondary digestion process into the different parts of the body. Ayurveda calls them dhatus. There are 7 dhatus. From the food we get the rasa, which is nutrients, and then from rasa we get blood. From blood we get flesh. From flesh we get fat. From fat we get bones. When bones are processed, we get bone marrow, and when bone marrow gets processed with Agni, with fire, we finally get the reproductive energy, the semen or the egg in the females. So this is how the food that we take gets processed by the body to make all the different dhatus, elements of which our body is composed. Now, how much to eat? Because sometimes we eat too much, so much that we feel then very heavy, very lazy, and it's a big burden on the body, because body has to digest all the food that we are eating. So if we eat too much, firstly it's not needed by the body, and secondly you are using the body energy to digest that food. So therefore it's very essential that we do not eat more than our stomach needs. So how do you know how much you need to eat? So Ayurveda, the science of Ayurveda tells us that we should eat half the volume of our stomach. So the solid food like roti, dal, rice and bread and vegetables, etc., they should be filled only up to the half of the stomach level, and the remaining half is meant for water and free space, so that the food can be churned in the stomach to take the nutrients out of it. Now the question is, how do you know that your stomach is half filled? So you would have experienced that midway to the eating, not midway, towards the end of the eating process, you yourself start questioning to yourself, should I eat a little more, or is it enough? So what happens is, the stomach, if it has enough, it sends a message, it's automated, it sends the message to the mind that I don't need any more. But your tongue, which has the taste, says eat, it's tasty. So these two signals, the tongue is saying eat and the stomach is saying no, I don't need. So that's the point we need to stop, because stomach is filled. So this is why we do not need to listen to our senses all the time. Just like here, the tongue is saying eat, but when the stomach says no, we have to tell the tongue it's no now. So likewise, for our eyes, for our ears, nose and the skin, these are the 5 senses of perception, knowledge. So we have to ensure that we are not subordinated to these sense impulses. There has to be a control on the sense impulses from the mind, and mind is controlled by our intellect, and intellect gets its knowledge from the memory. So this is how the things happen. So in our stomach we need to have the right quantity of food. It's a good thing to fast. Once a week if we fast, we give rest to our body, and that energy which is normally used for digesting the food, that energy will be used by the body to do a kind of maintenance. Now just a little bit about water. One should not drink water with food. Why? Because the digestive juices are acidic, and if you are drinking water, a glass full of water with your food, then the juices get diluted and the digestion process gets affected. So when do we drink water? We should be drinking water after 3 hours of eating, because it takes roughly 3 hours for the food to be completely digested, and then we drink water. This water will dissolve all the nutrients which are already now taken out from the food, and then the water with the nutrients will get assimilated in the blood in our intestines. So this is how the food step by step gets converted to the different body constituents. Now, water we should avoid with food, but few sips of water, like 3, 4, 5 sips of water during the eating process is very good. Why? Because it helps to keep the tongue clean, and so that the taste continues throughout the eating process. And if you have taste throughout the eating process, the digestive juices will be secreting. If you do not maintain the taste, then the secretion of the digestive juices also goes down. And also, this few sips of water helps to keep the food pipe passage also clean, and any air that is piling up, that also comes out. So it's a healthy process to have few sips of water, maybe totally 1/5 or 1/6 of the glass total water, but definitely you are not drinking half glass or full glass. Another important point about water is that at night avoid water. Why? Because if you drink water, then obviously there will be urine formation, and if there is urine, then your bladder will have pressure, and at night when you are fast asleep, this pressure, bladder pressure will wake you up, and you will need to go and release your pressure past your urine. So it's a good practice post dinner not to have water, and instead in the morning when you are waking up, first thing you do as you sit on your bed is drink 1 liter of water. So before you go to bed, keep 1 liter of water close to your bedside with a glass, and preferably in a copper jar, because copper is good conductor of electricity, and water is able to absorb a lot of energy from the space. So if it is kept in a copper vessel, it is scientifically proved also. Of course, Ayurved provides for it. So if you have this water in the morning, you sit on your bed, do not think that my mouth is dirty and so on. Just drink this water, 1 liter, and this water just flushes your system. And this is how on a daily basis you are keeping your the digestive system in particular totally washed, totally clean, so that the digestive process will always be in good shape. And once you eat good, you digest it good, the body will always be in good health. So there will be no problem. So this drinking, eating, 2 things I have covered. The one thing that came is sleeping. Sleeping is the recovery process, the time when our body, after it's exhausted from the whole day's work, it needs rest, recovery time. So sleeping is very important. I will say that if you can look after your eating, drinking and sleeping, then your body health at least can be assured. Many people say, oh, where is the time? I'm so busy, I can't have a eating time. So this is for you to make sure that you must know eating, drinking and sleeping are priority activities. They have higher priority than your external business. So no matter how busy you are, when it comes to eating time, your lunch time, your dinner time, your sleeping time and wake up time, never compromise. Of course, save in exception situations, but these exceptions have to be rare. The exception should not become the rule, which happens very often, that you keep telling yourself, okay, never mind, next time. So it shouldn't be like that. So this is how actually our body is made. And now through these yogasanas that we will be performing, we will come to understand the functioning of the internal organs also. Make sure that when you are doing your yogic exercises, you are making slow movements, you are feeling the stretch of your muscles, of your ligaments, of your joints, because each asana is meant to exercise certain part of the body. A lot of time it's the spine, but at other times it's also the other joints and also the ligaments. And then more than that, it's the endocrinal glands. So we have, these chemicals being produced in the body. All the medicines that we take them because our body is not manufacturing. So in the normal course, when the body is in good health, all these medicines, chemicals, the biochemistry of the body is ensuring that all those chemicals are produced, and these are produced by these endocrinal glands. So yoga asanas make sure that every gland is exercised and every gland on a daily basis is kept in good shape. And once we have the biochemistry of the body in good shape, obviously our health will be complete. So I now invite you to this second session of yoga asanas.
So we will start with the sun salutation, the Surya Namaskar, and then go on to the other postures. So I straight. Whenever you have to rise, try to come on your toes and then use your hands to rise up. That way your knees are never hurt in any way, and your knees will remain in good shape. So now we go to the sun salutation. It is done in rhythm with the breath, so follow the breath sequence carefully. So we commence, breathe out, hands together, breathe in, hands going back, the spine is turning back. Now as you come forward, breathe out, hands to the ground, palms parallel on the ground, head to the knees, breathe out position here. Now take your right leg back, knees on the ground, breathe in. Now here hold the breath, weight on the toes and hands, then knees, then forehead and the chest on the ground, rest of the body is up, and breathe out position. Then as we breathe in, we come on the Cobra Posture, press your hips down, and now this is breathe out position, mountain posture. Bring your left foot forward first. Now breathe in position, then breathe out position, head to the knees, knees straight. And as you go behind, breathe in, go as much as you can, hold the position, and then come forward, breathe out, palms resting on the ground, head to the knees. This time take the left foot back first, left leg back first. Press the hips here, then the torso is parallel to the ground here. Knees down, forehead down, and the chest down, breathe out position. So the spine here is in a wave motion. It's a spinal exercise throughout. You can see here the spine is bending backwards, and here it's the forward position, breathe out position. This time bring your right leg forward first, press your hips back, spine in the backward, here spine is forward, breathe out position. Then both hands together, take behind, spine bending backwards, breathe in here, and then coming forward, breathe out, palms resting on the ground, head on the knees, knees straight. Take your right leg back first, knee on the ground, then the other leg also comes. Look in front, straight, torso parallel to the ground. Now here the spine is in the wave motion, so knees, chest and forehead are touching the ground. Then Cobra Posture, breathe in position, then breathe out position, mountain posture. Press your shoulders also down here. Then this is a variation, so this time you bend backwards, both hands backwards, and then again breathe out position, forehead to the knees, both hands together, bending backwards, breathe in, and then bending forwards, breathe out, head to the knees and knees straight. If you can't put your head to the knee, doesn't matter, but the knees must be straight. Now parallel, torso parallel to the ground, hold the breath, knees down, forehead down, and then chest down. Now here breathe out position, and then flatten the body, go into the Cobra Posture, breathe in, then come to the mountain posture, breathe out, press your shoulders, then bring your right foot forward and hands up, backward, spine bending backwards, breathe in position, bring both palms on the ground, head to the knees, breathe out position, both hands going together, bend backwards, breathe in, and then breathe out. So this is 4 rounds of sun salutation, each round of 12 postures. Now we do the headstand, Shirshasana, and for that we place our hands down so the elbow positions are fixed. So how much to widen, that is decided here. So just measure your forearm and keep your elbows there and clasp your fingers, push your head against this, and then straighten your legs. Now move forward and now from here we can do some exercises. You can open the legs as much as you can. Do the and then we can turn the spine in the opposite direction. Then we can also exercise our legs. Both legs. And then both legs from here straight up. Here we can try still a spinal and bring your chin to the ground. And here again one can do a spinal, a cervical. Okay, now we go to the next one, which is Sarvangasana. So our hands are pressing on the sides and push your legs up, then torso up, straight. One can exercise the legs here
because they are completely free now. And then from here, this is a Viparit Karni Mudra. So gentle bend forward. This is very good for the heart. It is called Viparit Karni Mudra.